Hello angels, welcome back to the Cosmic Tailor. If you are new here, hi, I am Taylor, here to tailor you to your highest timeline. And today, I'm going to pull some cards using my Corrupted Tarot deck, which is interesting because we have the Empress in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse with the Tower upright. So, sorry, no, other way around. Oh wait, no, I was right. That's interesting because I was actually getting that energy of like, there's somebody out here that's trying to get you in a place of confusion. Because that's these cards. They are pretty confusing. The entire thing about this Corrupted Tarot deck is that every upright card means the reversed meaning. So every time it is upright, that means it's in reverse, and every time it's reversed, that means it's upright. Crazy, right? So there's some divine feminine energy that is out of their divine feminine energy. Somebody that was unprepared, somebody that was not ready for what they were going through or what they were doing. Oof, sorry, that's a toothbrush that came in a like baggie for my mom's work. She didn't want it. I like to save those like toothbrushes to use to like do like specific deep cleaning and scrubbing in like my shower or the bathroom tiles or things like that, so just so that we don't end up just throwing them away, you know, if there's some use for them, you know. Yeah, but that's the opposite of this person's energy. That's interesting. It's like they are actively like, oof, with this 10 of cups. First of all, look at this. It's a skull throwing up all this acid. It's like, that's exactly kind of what's up, and it's going all over that house. Somebody is like, oof, wasting, taking for granted what they have. Page of Cups in upright, the Devil upright, Queen of Swords upright, ooh, High Priestess upright, and the Star in reverse. This person, they traded a blessing I'm hearing Spirit just went, they traded a blessing for some stressing. They decided that they wanted to do the hard thing with no reward. 222 on the timer. They decided they wanted to be a pain and not get anything out of it, basically. That's crazy. 234 on the timer. Listen. There's no judgment, truly no judgment over here, all right? I'm not judgment. I'm not here to call judgment. Like 246 on the timer. That's none of my business. I will always and forever leave that up to the universe, because I believe that the universe knows how, like, ooh, the universe is so much better at exacting that kind of thing than me. 100,000,000%, dude. Like, and that's not like putting off any responsibility, because like, listen, man, if I have to call judgment on a situation within my own life, I will do that and I will move on. But like, I'm not gonna sit there and try to get retribution. You know what I mean? I'm like, the scales will balance out. They will. I'm not messing with that. I'm not putting my fingers on the scale. 3, 2, 1 on the timer. But that's what they did. That's what Spirit is saying. That's what they did. They put their fingers on the scale. 6 of Cups. 9 of Wands in the reverse, the 8 of Cups in the reverse, the 3 of Wands in the reverse, Jesus H. Christ, King of Pentacles in the reverse, the 10 of Wands upright, Jesus Christ. They turned their 10 of Cups into 10 of Wands, dude. They, like, oh shit, I'm hearing that they, first of all, they did not master alchemy. They did not master their alchemy, right? Because, like, if they mastered their alchemy, they would have easily been able to figure out how to turn their wands into cups, and they would have figured out how to turn their cups into wands and whatever they needed, right, in order to build or create what they were looking for in their life. They were clearly looking for fulfillment, though, with the 6 of Cups out here. It's just that they were looking for fulfillment that they had with you, sandbox love type of shit. But like I've said many times before on many other readings, sandbox love is very immature. Sandbox love is very, very, very immature, okay? Like, it's unconditional in its own rights. But the second something happens, or like somebody feels betrayed, or someone feels attacked, or someone feels like they were put in a position of how do you say, betrayal, or they were put in just a really shitty position that would have really fucked them up in some kind of capacity, in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, that's like death to a Six of Cups right there. You know what I mean? It's like, I think I've used the analogy of like, you could be best friends with them one day, but the next day you're wearing rainbow socks, therefore you're their biggest enemy. Like, it's that kind of a thing. It's very volatile, you know what I mean? It's not super stable. And they were actively in this position of the Ten of Cups. They had fulfillment. They had true, stable fulfillment. They had it in their hands. Like, everything that they were asking for, looking for, blah, 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 blah. But they were so unhealed, right? With the Nine of Wands in the reverse, the Eight of Cups in the reverse, Three of Wands in the reverse, King of Pentacles in the reverse. They were so unhealed, like unstable. 555 on the timer. They would not take responsibility for anything, is what I'm hearing. They're not taking responsibility for their own hope. They're not taking responsibility for their own faith. They're not taking responsibility for their own actions. And they're not taking responsibility for, like, their kingdom, for their being, for their place, like, for their people, is what I'm hearing. They're not taking responsibility for their people. They're not, I'm also hearing accountability. They're, like, really trying hard to run away from accountability right now. Yeah, Six of Pentacles in the reverse with the Six of Swords upright. Yeah, literally trying to run from accountability, dude. They don't want this smoke. They don't want it. Dude. Okay. Listen, broski. Listen, brosif. All right? Trust me on this. Right here, right now. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. You can't run from accountability. It will always catch up to you, and it will always end up in your hands, whether you like it or not, okay? You can run from accountability for the rest of your life, but it will catch up eventually. Like, even if you die and you're not held accountable to this and to these things within this life, right? Even if you're not held accountable to the things that you refuse to take accountability for in this lifetime, it is going to ripple and go back out there and either catch up with you in another lifetime, in another world, in another dimension, or it's going to go into your own bloodline, down your family lineage, and your kids are going to have to take accountability for something that they never did because you avoided it. Oh, listen, that's just how energy works. You know, every single word that I speak, think of it like this. You know how there's atoms everywhere? Every single thing is an atom. You are made out of trillions of atoms. The air is fucking, I don't even want to know how big that number is. You know what I mean? There are so many atoms in this space, right? And everything is energy. Okay? Everything is energy. So every single word that I speak, I can feel the vibration of those words when I put my fingers on my throat. You can do the same. You can feel the vibrations of your voice with everything that you say and every word that you speak. Those vibrations exit out of your mouth, hit the atoms, and those atoms hit the other atoms next to them, and it ripples out like water, okay? And then that shit goes all the way out to the edge of the universe and then bounces right back to you, okay? That's kind of how manifestation works. That's kind of the energy and how the Six of Pentacles is. It's the energy of reciprocity, true reciprocity, you know? The energy of temperance is putting things in balance and putting things in harmony. The energy of justice is exacting the energy that was put out onto you, onto somebody else. You know, Six of Pentacles is just maintaining complete equilibrium, complete balance. You know what I mean? It's the basis, it's the seedlings of temperance and justice in that sense. You know what I mean? It's like 918 on the timer, wish fulfillment number. Please go search up the meaning of that number. Sacred Scribes 918, angel number meaning. Trust. But it's that kind of a thing where these people think that they can run from the accountability that is going to eventually hunt them down. Like, whether they like it or not. And I'm hearing Spirit say it's gonna happen this lifetime. Because for some of them, they've been running from this for like 3 lifetimes. Others, they've been doing it for millennia. Some, they just did it this lifetime with the wrong person. So they're gonna learn their lesson, and they're gonna learn it hard, and they're gonna learn it fast, okay? But this person, whoever they are failing to take accountability for the things that they've done. You know, with the Three of Wands energy out here too, it's like they don't want to admit what they were doing. 10-10 on the timer. I'm hearing plotting, I'm hearing planning, like specifically against you. They were actively trying to hurt you. And look at this imagery on this Eight of Cups. Look at this moon. Do you see how distastefully this being is looking down on him? It's because, like, he is wasting, squandering everything that he has. The universe is watching as this person literally shits on everything that the universe gave them. And so the universe is like, oh, you want shit? Okay, sure, I'll give you shit. You want shit so bad, I'll give you shit. You want to have shit so bad, I will give you shit. How about that? Seven of Swords. Yep. Betrayals. Okay, they're being exposed. They are getting, their shit is being aired out. The Hierophant. Oh, I'm hearing they didn't read the fine print. They didn't read the fine print. 11-11 on the timer. They didn't read the fine print. Uh-oh. Queen of Cups. The Magician in the reverse. And the Hierophant in the reverse, by the way. Sorry, I'm trying my best to remember to clarify that. Oh my gosh. These cards are absolutely gorgeous, by the way. You can't buy them anywhere, I don't think, because they were a Kickstarter thing. I have 2 decks because the one that they were supposed to send me didn't show up, so I ended up buying 2. And they sent me both, which is super cutie patootie. But every single one of these cards were drawn by a different person. Oh, and they were $100, by the way. I don't use them enough, bro. I love this deck because it's gorgeous, but it's also confusing as fuck. Every time I use this deck, I feel like I'm willingly stepping into the Seven of Cups energy. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh shit. I saw 12-12 on the timer. But yeah, like, it's like this contract is now null and void because they were not keeping up their end of the bargain. And their end of the bargain was in the fine print of they had to become the Queen of Cups. Oh my god. Okay, so we've been reading on this a lot. So this person, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. Thank you, Spirit. Extra confirmation. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, Spirit guides. Thank you, higher self. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. They basically were like, because of the Six of Cups energy, because of this relationship that they could no longer have and maintain with you, they were upset because it was like 6 of Cups energy. But look here, let me just show it to you. This person is like clinging onto, hey, no, look, focus on the card, this person is clinging onto the clothes and the drapes of this woman of stone, right? 13-13 on the timer, right? It's like this pillar, this idolization, this idea of who you are, right? That they came up with in their own minds, this like goddess figure that like worshipped, right? And notice all of the broken pots and stuff, like all of these unmaintained, come on now, all these unmaintained plants. I believe in you, phone. I really do believe in you. Come on. Yeah, all these like unmaintained plants and things. It's like they let things die. Like all on their own, right? And it's serving the energy of like child and mother. They were relying on you in a nurturing kind of way where they needed to be nurtured and taken care of in a way that they could not do for themselves. And they were angry. They are angry, bitter, and upset that they don't have that anymore. They don't have that energy of fulfillment coming in from somebody else anymore. And you, well, you're not even showing up in this energy like at all. So fuck if I know. You're just like probably living your life, like doing your thing, girl. But this person, they didn't read the fine print. And the fine print says that they had to be the Queen of Cups in their new life to maintain this 10 of Cups, to maintain this stability, the life that they wanted so badly that they sacrificed you for, right? they had to be the Queen of Cups to maintain it all. They had to be the nurturer. They had to be the mother figure that they were relying on this entire time to call everything in the first place. Ooh, and I'm sorry, they couldn't do it. And we have the Magician in reverse out here. Like I said, they are not a master alchemizer, right? Because once again, upright means reverse. I'm sorry if you're gonna, like, you're probably gonna get lost on that a lot, but it's okay. I'm here to read it for you. You don't gotta worry about it. Okay. 15 on the timer. But see this Magician, right? And how he's like surrounded by all these fucking skeletons. It's like he's trying to bring things back to life, but it's not possible. It's not working. It looks like he is slowly killing himself. Look at how fucking pale this guy is. He looks so sickly. He looks like he's on the verge of death and trying to bring things back to life. And it's like, that's not how alchemy works. That's not how alchemy works. The only way to bring things back to life is by offering life to sacrifice, right? So it's like, if you want to bring something to life, like, let's say a plant, right? Let's say a plant specifically. I have aloe over there. We have like Monstera plant right here. Okay. Let's say it was dying. The way that you would have to bring it back is by offering some of your life, i.e. your time, your energy, your effort, and you would have to repot it. You'd have to cut off the dead growths. If there's root rot, you gotta cut off the root rot, pray that that's enough in order to save it. You gotta make sure you're watering it properly. You gotta make sure you're putting it in spots where it's getting the right sunlight. You gotta make sure that you're treating it kindly, that you're speaking kindly to it, because why wouldn't you? Everything that lives, right? Everything that eats is alive, okay? Like, parasites or not, everything that eats is alive. And these aren't parasitic. So it's like, why not just be nice to them? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Anyway, so it's like, if they want to bring something back to life, they have to sacrifice life for it, right? And they're not willing to sacrifice their life to maintain this abundance that they have in their life. Therefore, the contract, it's gone. This abundance, gone. It is now burdens, because they cannot fill the shoes that are required to fill in order to maintain what they wanted, in order to maintain what they got. And with the Eight of Pentacles, oh, Spirit is like, they worked for this. I don't know how they managed to work for this, but they worked for this. They worked to get to this point. Like, they worked to genuinely get to this point where I'm hearing they like to squander things. They like being squandered. They like being broke. They like being down. They like being sad. Five of Cups in its general energy. Yeah, they like being disappointed. They like being sad. That is one sick and twisted person. That is one sick and twisted person right there. Like, get some therapy. 10 of Swords in the reverse. Literally, it's like you are actively trying to fix the hurt by allowing yourself to hurt yourself even more. I don't think that's gonna help, buddy. I don't think that's gonna get you to where you really want to go. You know what I mean? 18 on the timer. Collective, I don't know why you're even here. Like, I don't even know why we're here. I don't, like, Spirit was like, no. Corrupted tarot reading. We need to do a corrupted tarot reading. I'm like, oh, okay. Sounds good. Fine. The Knight of Swords upright. I'm hearing for your strategy, the Devil in reverse, because it's upright. That means it's in the reverse, right? And the Page of Cups in the reverse with the Four of Cups upright. Okay. So it feels to me, 10 of Cups upright, they are actively, I'm getting chills, and not like the good kind of chills, like the icky kind of chills. They're actively like watching you right now. Heavy watching you right now. Okay, 19 on the timer. These people are actually actively, Death in the reverse with the 10 of Pentacles upright. Yeah, they are actively trying to see and watch how you are going to get what you're getting, because they're so confused on how you're reaching these goals and reaching these things and gaining these things in life, and like how you're actually achieving your dreams, or like getting things grounded in a way that's working out for you. Like, and it's happening in a way with death in the reverse, right? It's happening in a very slow way, where it's like a bunch of little deaths building on top of each other. If you know what the meaning I can't help but think about the meaning, like if you translate orgasm in French to English, it means little death. So take that as that resonates. But like, it's like a bunch of tiny transformations going on at a time, you know what I mean? That's like reaching you and pushing you into this 10 of Pentacles energy. And the thing is, it's like, it isn't just the little transformations. You had to go through major death transformations in order to get to this point, to maintain or gain this kind of abundant legacy energy in the first place. But they don't know that. At least if they do know that, they don't understand how deep it goes and how hard it is. I heard that's what she said. Y'all motherfuckers are not serious at all, are you? You're not serious at all about anything, are you? What the hell? Like, you're probably listening to this entire reading and be like, yeah. That's crazy. 8 of Wands in the reverse with death. Yeah, dude. It's like, you're just like, you're not even trying to like defend or protect yourself from this person because they're a non-threat. I'm hearing that. Oh my gosh. That is so fucking funny, because I'm seeing the episode from Rick and Morty where Tammy is talking to Rick after Space Beth like comes to Earth and whatnot and brings the Galactic Federation with her on accident. And he's like, all right, I'm the one you really want. And like, Tammy's like, Tammy says something like, I work for bugs, Rick. You killed the old ones. The new ones are half my age. They know as long as they leave you alone that you're a non-threat, right? And I'm hearing Jerry go, oof. I'm sorry, that's funny. That's funny to me, okay? Because it's like, you're not even coming through as the Galactic Federation energy. You're not even coming through as the Tammy energy. You're just coming through as, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Like, ooh, 2222 on the timer. Like, you think you're the smartest man in the universe, but you're no Rick Sanchez. You're no Rick Sanchez. Girl, what? No. You can't even freaking alchemize your burdens into abundance. You couldn't even take the abundance that you were given and maintaining it so that you could actually ground it and keep it for you and enjoy that abundance and fulfillment for yourself for the rest of your life. You couldn't even do that. What the fuck makes you think that you're a Rick Sanchez? Like, they are kind of serving Rick Sanchez energy in the fact that, like, they just want to suffer. They just want to suffer. But, like, they didn't go through the process of therapy. They are not going through the process of meeting up with Dr. Wong and actually going through the process of healing themselves and understanding themselves and trying to get a better grasp of how or why or where or what ways they fit into the world. You know what I mean? And it's like they're trying to, like, it's so funny because it's like it's coming off like they're trying to be so scary and threatening, but like being able to see all of this from this perspective, from this view, it's like, yeah, you don't have anything to really lose anymore, which does make you like really like dangerous in your own right, but more reckless than dangerous. You're just doing things for the fucking plot at this point. Right? Because with the Knight of Swords energy and the 7, oh, what the heck? I was gonna say 7 of Wands, but it's not out here. I thought it was. Oh my gosh, hello? That's crazy. But with this Knight of Swords energy, being in, like, upright, it's like Spirit is like, we're just trying to help you really solidify the strategy, like, the plan here, because what you need, well, let's find out. Spirit, what do we need right now, actually? Ace of Cups in the reverse. Oh, yeah, 24/24 on the timer. You need to hide that heart of yours. Oh, you need to hide that heart of yours. Oh my god, yeah, that Mastered King of Cups energy, you need to block off that heart. You gotta be putting boundaries up around that heart. And I'm not even saying that in the sense of, like, you gotta make sure that your heart isn't, like, connected to you anymore. You gotta make sure that you're, like, disconnected from your heart. That's not the energy. There's a difference between being disconnected from your heart and being protective of your heart, and that's what you need to do right now. You need to be protective of your heart, because with this Ace of Cups energy, look at what's on his arm, bruh. Blood-sucking leeches, and it's a fucking vampire. Blood-sucking leeches. Like, these people are trying to live off of you again. With the Six of Cups, yeah, they're trying to live off of you again and steal your energy, steal your abundance. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Eight of Wands in the reverse, the Devil in reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So what Spirit is saying with the Knight of Wands upright and the World in reverse is that if you really want these things to end and to change, you need to be properly prepared. And the best way to be prepared for this is by not even thinking about or connecting with this kind of energy and allowing yourself to fully disconnect. Recognize that there is nothing that you can do to save this person, and that you are not their answer. You are not their answer, okay? You are not God. You are not the universe. You are not the divine. Whatever you believe in, you are not, I heard raw. You're not, like, you know, you are not a divine being with, well, you are a divine being, but you're not this divine being outside of a human body that has the ability to help them go down the journey that is necessary and required for them to see the nuance of their own life and to reflect on themselves. You can give them bits and pieces. I mean, like, shit, I could give them bits and pieces because I have the cards. I can pull those, connect with the divine beings that want to give them the guidance, right? But no, okay? Because the only reason why they would come to me for that, the only reason why they would come to you for that is to live off of you, okay? I'm being called to this, which is actually the sweetest thing in the world. So I just came back from California because my grandpa died, and this is actually his hat. He had a lot of them. Anyways, and so my baby cousin, I call him baby cousin because he was the first cousin on that side. Yeah, but, well, kind of. Not really, but kind of. He's my aunt's kid. Anyways, so he's gotten really into his own journey, and so he was giving rosaries to people at the life celebration and in general, and he asked me if I wanted one, and I asked him to give me one that he thought was calling my name, and so this is the one that he gave me, and I love it very much. So up your protective game, and I'm hearing one way that you can do that is by getting items of protection, such as a rosary. I have 3 evil eye bracelets, and I wear this amethyst everywhere I go, and I also have protection oil. Okay, so like really get heavy on that protection game and actively start spending the time of like finding the discernment within yourself of being able to acknowledge and recognize where you need to have these boundaries up, where you need to have these walls up to protect yourself, because we have the Tower here in the reverse. If you want to keep your, like, that's so interesting because with the reverse energy of the Tower, usually it means like someone trying to prevent or prolong a tower from falling. This energy though feels more like you just to keep it solid, to keep your tower solid so that they can't attack it or kill it or break it down. I'm seeing the scene from Mirror Mask where Valentine calls down his tower by apologizing to it, and Helena and Valentine escape into the tower, which gets them away from the Dark Queen who is trying to kill them, right? And it saves them and they get back on stable ground, you know what I mean? And it's that kind of a thing where it's like you're looking for ways to make your walls impenetrable right now. That's what you need to be focusing on. That's what you need to be doing. Not because the universe wants you to say no to things that are meant for you, but the universe wants it to be very, 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 very easy for you to say no to the things that only want to live off of you. Okay? Anything else, angels? Anything else, spirit? No. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for being here, angels, and for letting me read your energy. If you like this reading, please like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things. If you also feel called to, it is always appreciated, never required. I have my Cash App down below in the description box where you can send me a tip if you feel so called to. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. I hope I'll see you in the next one, and bye-bye.